I seriously, what makes you think that you can change? I mean, you can't even change your cousin. What makes you think you can change the behavior of every white person in America? And get all white people to suddenly decide that they're going to treat black people differently, they're going to behave differently, they're going to change all their policies, they're going to give you reparations, they're going to do the right thing. God bless you if you're doing that. I mean, there's a whole industry of that. Before they killed DEI and everything, there was a whole industry of all these speakers that would go to big white universities and they would just be talking mostly to white people. They weren't talking to the black people because the black people would be like, yeah, I agree with you. This sucks. These people are mean. And they'd be talking to the white people like, this is why you shouldn't be racist. We're going to do anti-racism training and anti-bias training. And I'm not, if you do that for a living, I respect you. I love you. In fact, I admire you more than I admire myself. I do. I admire you more than I admire myself because you are doing a job that I ain't never interested in doing. I have never wanted to ever be that black guy who comes in and talks to a room full of white people to explain to them how they can be nicer to black people and why they should change their behavior because I don't believe that it works. I don't. And sometimes people will try to put me in that role. When I was on the faculty of Syracuse, I'll get invited into places to talk about diversity and everything else. And I just wasn't the guy, man. I would tell the DEI director, whatever those jobs are called, at the universities, I would be like, look, don't invite, if you invite me in, I would get you fired. Just make sure you understand, I'm gonna get you fired because I have this addiction to the truth. And I have very little patience for people that are committed to treating us poorly. I don't have any interest in accommodating ignorance. I cannot accommodate the behavior that I see. I know too much. I know too much. I've read the Dr. Claude Anderson books. I read Black Labor, White Wealth. I've heard the Malcolm X speeches. I've sat with Farrakhan. Like I don't have the ability to sit to have patience for this because to me it's an activity that's not going to yield the benefits we're looking for. And really, you're surrendering to power. You're acknowledging their power and the ability to shape your life. I say, rather than trying to get them to change their behavior and expand the opportunity or the plethora of things they allow us to do, I say we take what we've got. I say that we consider the fact that we do live in a country where there are plenty of freedoms, not as many as there should be, for sure, but there's enough freedom out there where if you really, really, really want to make something happen and you're black, come on now. You know you could start that business. You know that you can pick up that book and read it. I ain't never to this day met a white man who came up to me and said, "Boy, I saw you reading a book." Shut the book out of my hand. I ain't never had that happen. I've never had a white person who says, no, you can't be a good husband and take care of your kids because that's illegal here because Negroes are not allowed to have happy families. I've never run into a white man who told me I couldn't go run a few miles to get my health together, right? That there's a law. If you're black, you must die from diabetes, heart disease, and overdoses of fried chicken. That is the law, boy. Right? I've never run into that, right? So again, I'm not here to say that it would be not a wonderful world if I could get every white person in America to hear my point of view, but I just haven't seen that become successful. But what I have seen become successful is when black people embrace their point of view.